गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Thoughts have their origination either from the objective source or from the subjective source. When the thoughts are born from the objective source, they exhaust us. We get tired and perspired. And when the thoughts are originated from the subjective self, then those thoughts are inspired and they don't tire us. This is the basic difference between the wise people functioning in this world and the otherwise people functioning in this world. Otherwise people have all their thoughts originated from the objective source, and the wise people have all the thoughts originated from the subjective self. So, depending upon what category we belong to, we have to ultimately come to this, that let every action of ours be originated from the self and not from the objective world. So how do we do this? Let us see how every action is born. Every action is born as a result of the following factors. 1. A sense of limitation. When I consider myself to be limited, incomplete, then the desire is born. When I imagine as something is other than me, then I have desire for that which is other than me. These are the two factors. So when our actions are born, we are suffering from these two limitations. We imagine ourselves to be limited, and we imagine that the objective world is capable of giving us fulfillment. And therefore the desires are born. And once we are under the pressure of the desires, we cannot stop working. We have to work. Now in this manner, we are now at the crossroad that we are working in this world. Now is there any way to get out? Because we didn't know it earlier. Now we know. So after having known something, if we do not correct ourselves, then even God won't help us. It is something like this, You all are coming here regularly. Now, suppose somebody who doesn't know these principles that we are studying here, if he doesn't know the principles, and because of this ignorance, if he does some mistakes, and if he is suffering, he deserves our sympathy because he is ignorant. Now, after having known everything, and yet we continue to suffer in our life, then we don't deserve sympathy. We encash ridicule from the world. This is exactly what happens in the lives of those who are professional Satsang. We go and listen. But there is not an iota of change in us. So, if this is the situation, what do we do? First, decide that we have to change. Second thing, if we have decided how to change, that is not enough. Then the next step is, how do we change? So, here is a technique the teacher gives. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa Nirashi nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigatadvaraha. This is the best formula of living life dynamically and yet attaining absolute peace within and success without. What are the points? First point, Sarvani Karmani Mai Sanyasya. Normally when we think about spiritual life, what we think is this. Suppose I go and sit before the Lord, half an hour, 1 hour, or I sit for meditation for half an hour, 1 hour, or I am chanting the Lord's name, take the mala in the hand, and Krishna, 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 Krishna. So only during that short period of 1 or 2 hours, whatever we do, we imagine that alone is spiritual life. This is 100% wrong. Spiritual life is not a part-time profession. See? Then what is the spiritual life? It is a full-time preoccupation. Therefore, Sarvani Karmani, this attitude that we are going to learn has to be associated with each and every activity of our life. It is not that only when we go to the temple, then we are a bhakta. When we are away, we are avakta or vivakta or what? No. A devotee is all the time devotee. The moment he forgets the devotion, he becomes a problem to himself and others. So the first principle, our scientific life is not lived in tits and bits. See, when we go and study, let us take physics, and we have learned there the law of gravity. Any object falling from the particular, any height, is attracted towards the earth at the rate of 32 feet per second. This is the rule. Understood? Understood. After we come out, I feel like jumping outside. But you will die. No, I will not die. Just now you have learned the law of physics, gravity. No, that is only in the class. No. Whatever we have studied has to be applied in life. Similarly, what we are studying here in the science of life, it has to be applied. Otherwise, we become erudite scholars. See, the difference between the erudite scholars and the wise man is this. Scholars carry the load of knowledge, and the wise people live in the light of wisdom. Basic difference. And therefore, wise people are happy and the erudite scholars are miserable. Because they have not applied this principle in their life. So, Sarvani Karmani Mai Sanyasya, first principle. Second thing, when we say all the actions are to be done Mai Sanyasya, having offered them to the Lord, we should really mean that. So this is another very important thing. Many times, we hear from the people, Swamiji, आपका ही घर आइए. Swamiji, सब आपका ही है. And suppose I say, okay, now thank God I found one house which is mine. So will you please all vacate and stay here? Why you are staying in my house? Do you think that anybody will accept? They know that what we are telling is a bluff. And the Babadis also know that it is a bluff. So, bluff. There is no meaning in that. In the same manner, when we say, Sarvani Karmani Mai Sanyasya, offering every action to the Lord, Tera Tujako Arpana, Sab Lage Mera. See? Therefore, when we say something, we should mean it. When the gap between the words and the action is zero, then wisdom is manifested. When the gap between the words and the action is tremendously wide, we are politicians. And when you are walking spiritual path, it is we who are deceiving ourselves the most. Therefore, Sarvani Karmani Mai Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa, we should really mean it in our heart. And once we start that, then you will see your all load of your life will be lifted. Very important. Those who are suffering under the load of the life, they have not understood this basic principle. Today, whatever we are is not the result of only our own efforts, but so many factors have gone into it and the divine grace. So, Sarvani Karmani, first principle, Mai Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa, what we say, we should mean it. It is something like this. There was a grandfather who went to Haridwar and still came back. So when he came back, all the kids were surprised and anxious. So they asked the people at home, when Dadaji has gone there and come back, means what? He said, no, when they go there, they leave something and they come back. Oh, so the kids have got something to play. Grandchildren are the best toys, not your any games, but the grandparents. They are the best toys. So the grandchildren started, Dadaji, you had been there. We are told that you give up something when you go there. Yes. What did you give up? I have given up anger. Dadaji, we have heard that when you go there, you leave something. What did you leave? I have given up anger, beta. Dadaji, we have heard that when you go there, you leave something. What have you given up? Now, for children, there is no problem. They go on asking the same thing. First time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. I told you that I have given up anger. It's okay. Dadaji, we heard that you went there and you have given up something. What is that? I told you anger I have given up. So, this is how we lead our spiritual life. So, Sarvani Karmani, Mai Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa, two principles. After this is done, now get into activity. When we act in this world, there are three areas which are required to be taken care of. First is the area of our past. Second is the area of our future. And third is the area of our present. All the three factors are to be taken care of when you act in this world. Therefore, the teacher says, Nirmamo Bhutva. All our past is accumulated and indicated by one word called as Mamata. Now see, if somebody is talking to us, just observe this. We talk about us means what? Only about our dead past. The moment you come in the absolute present, your mouth becomes shut. Very important. And how this happens? Suppose something happens somewhere. I went for that marriage and suddenly the whole pendal came down. I don't know what happened. So, the story is over there. But the other people who are listening, do you think they'll keep quiet? Nothing like that. When I went for my own marriage, the whole world came down. Oh. Now, who wants to know about your past? But we can't stop it. Therefore, so many places I go. The first question, excuse me, don't mind, but where from you are? The same thing. What will you do knowing about me? So I tell, I am from your heart. No. It's okay. We are not interested in the reality. We are interested in the postal address. And then I go on bluffing. Very important. Don't bring your past in your present and you are full of dynamism. And how we bring the past? We all have done something good and something bad in our past. There is nobody who can say that I have not done a single bad or a single good in our life. Our very life is a khichdi, hodgepodge of good and bad. And that good and bad, when we are not able to delete with one click, is carried by us on our load. on our head. As a result, whenever we are functioning in the present, we are all the time going back and wasting the present opportunity. One or two examples. Our country was divided in 47 from both the sides, west as well as the east. Western side included Punjab, Gujarat, Rajasthan, etc. And after 50 years, see the progress made by the Western India and the people from Western India. And see the progress made by Eastern India, West Bengal. Now also only that Muri and Jhalmuri, nothing beyond that. Because all the time only living in the past glory. That's why neither there is any industrial progress nor there is anything. The same thing, old past. How long are we going to survive on the foundation of Bhagwan Krishna was great, Mahatma Gandhi was great, Rabindranath Tagore was great? How long? What is important is how you are. That is important. Past is to be recognized only as long as it inspires you, not it perspires you. So, nirmamo bhutva, second thing, when we are functioning, we are all the time worried about the possible failures in the future. And when we are worried about the possible failures of the future, we are not able to bring out the best in us. So, first block the wastage of energy in the past. Second, block the wastage of energy about the unborn future. Now you are fully available in the present. Just take an example. Suppose you have to, let us take, lift something. And while lifting, you are having both hands free. So you can apply all your energy and lift it. But suppose your hands and shoulders are busy, like on the airport or on the railway stations. Something is hanging from here, something hanging from here, one kangaroo hanging from here, one is on the back, and all the things. And that time you have to fill in a form. It is difficult to even hold a pen. Because your attention and energy is diverted into so many occupations. Similarly, if we have to do our best, what is required? Block the past, block the future, make yourself available in the absolute present, and when you are fully available in the present, then fire with confidence. And therefore the teacher has used the word Vigatadvaraha. When you are performing in the present, don't be excited. Function under a cool mind with self-confidence. You are bound to succeed in whatever you do. See, our Swami Akhandanji Maharaj, he had so many devotees. And when I first came in his contact, one peculiar experience I had. Everybody will come after some time and tell, do you know, Swamiji, Maharaj Sri loves me the most. Everybody will say the same thing. And is it possible that he is able to love everybody? Yes, under one condition. What is absolute love? Absolute love is when you are available to your beloved 100%. Then it is absolute love. It is something like somebody brings a bouquet, flower, and gives me. Now I only start looking at the bouquet only. Even don't look at the person who gave the bouquet. Will he not feel bad? He will feel bad. Why did I bring this bouquet? Swamiji even doesn't look at me. So he says, Swamiji, I think I have brought this bouquet for you. And you don't even look at me. You are only looking at the bouquet. Okay, I look at you. Will he like that? No. He wants attention for the gift that he has given and the attention to himself also. Then it is complete, not part. Similarly, when our personality is not fractured into 1/3 has gone in the past, 1/3 has gone in the future, and in the present we are available only 1/3. 1/3 love is a bargain. It is not pure love. Therefore, Vigata Jvaraha, when you are fully available in the present, then remain cool and alert and with confidence. And thereafter, you Yuddhasva. Go on fighting with everybody? No. Try to understand the implied meaning. Thereafter, live your life as if you are on a battlefield. How are we on the battlefield? Suppose we are there, Purana Zamana earlier, we go with the talwar in the hand. And enemy comes. And we say, hey, excuse me, jara main bathroom ho ke aata hu. No. He will come and slice you into 2 pieces. There is no option but to be absolutely alert. So when our life is lived, first, every moment, sarvani karmani. Second thing, we really mean that. Third thing, let us not bring the past and destroy the present. Fourth thing, let us not project the imaginary failure and destroy our abilities and participation. Fifth, when you are fully available in the present, don't be excited, but function under a cool mind with confidence. And sixth point, live every moment of your life as if you are on a war front. As if you are on a war front doesn't mean go on killing others. Meaning, be extremely alert. Suppose somebody comes and shoots you a bullet. Will you go and complain to the commander? Commander. See, I was just looking that side, such a beautiful sunrise. And the enemy came and just gave me a bullet right in my heart. The commander will say, still you are alive. He should have died. We don't want such useless fellows. This is the secret formula of all the great masters. And that is how they are so successful, and yet they are not poisoned by the success in their life. See, in the material world, little bit of success here and there. How arrogant we become because we are not able to carry the load of success in life. Please remember this. The load of failure may be borne by us, but the load of success is very difficult to carry. You will see successful people are more frustrated in the old age than average person. So, nirashi nirmamo bhutva yudyasva vigata jvaraha. Now, this is the principle. Like, this is the law of gravity. Now, you can do nothing about it. So, ye me matamidam nityam anudishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto nasuyantaha muccante tepi karmavi. So, those people who accept this law of living life scientifically, how anasuyantaha, without finding the faults. 2 things are required. First, accept something with total faith. And second thing, practice it without any doubt. When these 2 things are done, then only the acceptance is complete. Suppose it is told to us in our chemistry class that if you even touch little bit of potassium cyanide, you will be no more. Sir, I don't believe in. So, don't believe it. Try. When you put your fingers into the live electric socket, you have to call the cremation ground. What is the relationship between this electric socket and that cremation ground? Try. As simple as this. So this is the law of life. Whether you want or you don't want, who cares? Will the law of gravity care for the innocent child? He even did not know the law of gravity and he has fallen and poor child died. Nothing to do. Therefore, the teacher tells very clearly, those who accept these principles of living life properly, tepi muchanti karmabihi, they discover freedom in action. See, we are all carrying the burden and the bondage of action. Many people have the same thing. And I don't know how long I have to work and look after my children and grandchildren. When will I get liberation? You are born to be a bullock. See, I remember always one Gujarati person in the USA. He structure his son, does nothing. The father is tired, frustrated. So he told me, Swamiji, when we were back in home in India, in Bombay, when our father used to come in our room, I used to run away to other room. So much respect we used to have for our father. Now this fellow, when he comes, I have to run away from the room. What is life? Please tell me. I said, there is nothing wrong. You find out the purpose of your life. You are born to run. Earlier you are running because of your father, now you are running because of your children. So keep on running till you fall dead. Think, it is we who have to change ourselves. Therefore, tepi muchanti karma vihi. How are we liberated from the karma? When we are freed from two things. One, before doing the action, and second, after doing the action. Before doing the action, we have the arrogance of the doership. I am doing this. I have done this. I have done so many times. I know everything. The other day, I was somewhere, probably in some hills, and that person who was driving me, he was highly spiritual. And the car was going beautifully, nice valley this side, nice mountain that side, and nobody around to grieve. And when we were going, so I was trying to keep him in a good humor, talk to him, because now and then he used to go in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, when this was happening, I told him, I say, go slow, there is no hurry, there is no time schedule, doesn't matter. Swamiji, I have been driving here for last 35 years. Don't worry. If you are driving for last 35 years, that is not a qualification that you will not commit mistakes. We have failed in our life whenever we have taken things for granted. Accidents are created only by the professional drivers. Those who are learning car driving, you watch them. Suppose they are starting from Bombay to Thane and the straight road. Suppose they see a car 5 kilometers away. This fellow takes the car outside and parks, let it go. Therefore, we are liberated from the karma means these two things. We never take things for granted, always alert, without the sense of doership and taking for granted. One. Second aspect of the freedom from karma is we are able to discover joy at the time of doing the job. If we have discovered joy at the time of doing the job, you do not worry about what will happen in the future. If you are happy now, nobody can make you unhappy any time in life. Friends, we can always be happy only now. I was in London. We went to a tea shop and there a big board was written, free beer tomorrow. The tomorrow never comes. In the same manner, if we imagine, if I have done this thing, then I will get that result and then I will be happy, forget about it. You all are married, you have produced children. If you have discovered happiness when the children were growing, after the children are grown up, to the extent that your shoe number and his shoe number is same, switch off. Forget everything about the child. If you hang on to him, you are digging your own grave. If you understand this principle, nothing can disturb you. This is what is called as freedom from action. And contrary picture, ye tu etadabhyasuyantaha nanudishtanti me matam sarvajnana vimudhanstan viddhi nashtana chetasaha. But those who are achetas, those who are dull-witted and vimudha means qualified fools. Those who are qualified fools, ignorant, and why they are so? Because they argue about everything. See, this is one very important thing I'll tell you. The other day somebody came and asked me something. I said, I'll tell you on one condition. You will not ask one single question and after listening, just get out and do what I'm telling and see the result. So, fine, okay, I'll not ask question. I told whatever I had to told, that person went and whatever they wanted, it was successful. Afterwards again he came, Swamiji, I want to know why you insisted for that. I said, look here, it is the professional secret. I am not going to tell you. He said, no, there must be some reason. I said, the reason is, when any sankalpa is made, and in that sankalpa is any kind of doubt is introduced, the strength of the sankalpa is totally gone. It is something like, if your tire is punctured by one small innocent nail, all that strength of the tire is totally deflated. This is what the teacher says here. Now this is the principle. You exactly follow in your life and then see the result. But every time asking questions and having doubts, such doubting Toms can achieve nothing in life. Therefore, ye tve tadabhyasuyantaha nanudishtanti me matam. Because of the doubts and suspicion, they do not practice what we have told, and therefore they are the destroyer of their own destiny. Then, next topic the teacher says, you might have understood this, yet there is some additional force in you which will compel you to go wrong. Sadrusham chestate sasyaha prakrutir jnanavanapi prakrutim yanti bhutani nigrahaha kim karishyati. We are all functioning under the influence of our nature. See, there are two words in Sanskrit. One is called as swabhava, second is called as swarupa. Swabhava is the nature, swarupa is the essence. We are all the victims of our own nature. Somebody is having a nature of a chatterbox, non-stop talking and non-stop nonsense talking. Now if that person you take a stick in the hand and hit, and even then after 2 minutes again it starts. So we are so much victimized because of our own nature. And we are, first of all, not aware of our own follies. And therefore, we don't come out of it. Such people, they are not aware that how much we are talking. The other day, I went somewhere, very elderly grown-up man. And I was with him for 3-4 days. His wife was also there. And after 3-4 days he has to go, and his wife was still staying. And then she said, Swamiji, I am so sorry, but my husband has got these problems. He is unable to understand when to talk what. I said, Amma, he is your husband, isn't he? So who could be responsible for this condition? Swamiji, don't say like that. And now he just cannot stop talking. When two persons are talking, there is nothing that he should get involved. But again, cut, starts. Whether somebody wants to listen or not, he cannot. This is called as Prakritim Yanti Bhutani Nigraha Kim Karishati. So only under the compulsion of the willpower, you cannot achieve anything. Therefore, what we have to do? If we have to conquer the influence of our wrong habits, there is only one way. Keep yourself scientifically busy in your field of responsibility. Then you don't have time for nonsense. Therefore, Indriyasya Indriyasyarthe Ragadvesho Vyavastitau Tayorna Vashamagachet Tau Yasya Paripantinau. Paripanti means the enemies. All of us have got some kind of likes and some kinds of dislikes for something or the other. Now, this is a very important point. If we are functioning under the influence of our personal likes and dislikes, we are 0% spiritual. We have not understood even one thing about living life. We are just leading the life like the animals. So, what we have to do? Be aware that we are functioning under the personal prejudice, or we are functioning under the influence of wisdom. So decide, not what I like or I don't like. Decide what is right and what is not right. Therefore, it is not possible for anybody not to have likes and dislikes in this world. For example, I do not like bangan. So there is no sin in that, not liking bangan. But when that bangan comes in your plate with different forms, Vishwarupa. In one South Indian family I went. As if the Lord has taken a revenge on me. Because you don't like my that Bangana avatar, I'll teach you a lesson. Like Hiranyakashipu was taught, like that Bhagwan came. Pakodas made out of Bangan. Bharta made out of Bangan. In the sambar, everywhere Bangan was having the butterfly swim. Everywhere Bangan. I was thinking, what is happening? Swamiji, do you take achar? I said, yes, I like achar. And it is special vegetable achar. And in that also, only the Bangan came. I said, Ram. Now here, I have to practice Bhagavad Gita. Tayorna vashamagacche tau yasya paripantinau. So I thought, let me try. So I kept that chapati. South Indian chapati is a terrible chapati. So I kept the chapati like a tissue paper we keep on something and lifted it and gulped in one go. Without tasting, because it was encircled, covered by the chapati and you don't have to bite, like, quinine, I swallowed that. And that Amma was, I think Swamiji likes it more. And again, Dum Nanaka Ram. This happens in everybody's life. You don't get what you want and you get what you don't want. Now, are you going to be reactionary throughout your life, or you are giving more importance to your peace of mind? You decide. What is most important in our life is how peaceful we are within. Because we were told in the second chapter, Ashantasya kuta sukham. A person who is all the time tense and disturbed, he can never be happy. And all that what we are doing is for what? Only for this one bottom line, to discover happiness in life. Therefore, let us understand this. Sometimes things happen according to our choice. Sometimes they don't happen. It's okay. Take it easy. Then, tayorna vashamagachet, tau asya paripantino. They are the looters. Want these likes and dislikes loot away? They loot away the peace of our mind. Therefore, this is a very basic principle to live life, and for that, how to conquer the likes and dislikes, this is the technique. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharma sanushtitan swadharme nidanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayava. Whatever is your obligatory duty, do that cheerfully and happily. Whenever you do your duties cheerfully and happily, nobody will have time to find out whether you like or you don't like. You have to go to the office at a particular time. Go cheerfully. No, but I feel sleepy. After going there, sleep. That we do, but our only idea was if we go late and then sleep. Once you decide this principle, if that is my responsibility, do it happily. You will never suffer in life. See, now we have been moving throughout the world. So many places we go. There is no compulsion. There is nobody. If you don't come, this will happen. No. Like, here, we come here in our Prempuri ashram. No, there is no contract. There is no nothing. And yet, when you come on your own, it's a joy. Therefore, to come out of the influence of the likes and dislikes, understand whatever is our swadharma. If you are a wife and if you do your job cheerfully, you will never suffer. If you are a husband, if you do your job cheerfully, you will never suffer. And what will happen as a result? When the wife does her duty towards the husband sincerely, the right of the husband and wife is fulfilled. When the husband does his duty towards the wife sincerely, the right of the wife on the husband is fulfilled. In this manner, when we fulfill our duties, the question of demand for the rights is automatically taken care of. How important it is. But what happens? We are all aware of our rights. Are we aware of our duties? When we are aware of our rights, we are promoting the personal likes and dislikes. When we become aware of our duties, we are transcending not only the personal likes and dislikes, but we are fulfilling the rights of all those who are dependent on us. This is the most beautiful way of living life. Once this is understood, you will see our life becomes a life of proper balance. When this was said, Arjuna has asked a question on our behalf. He says, Atha kena prayuktoyam papam jarati purushaha anichannapi vashneya baladivaniyojitāha. Sir, the problem is, as regard knowledge and understanding is concerned, we know. What you are telling us, we can also give a most wonderful lecture. Talking on scriptures, Gita, Vedanta is the simplest thing in the whole world. You don't require brains. Everything is in the scriptures. What is the problem? Problem is when the knowledge is not translated in life, then we become more miserable. See, a story comes in one Upanishad. Naradji was coming, very frustrated, hanging a mood, depressed mood. And opposite side, these four eternal young saints were coming, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumar. And they ask, "Hey Naradji, what's wrong with you? You are looking so depressed and dejected, frustrated. Did somebody insult you?" They said, "No." Then, "I have studied everything." What you have studied? He enumerates 64 branches of science. I have studied physics, chemistry, mathematics, geography. You name it, it is there. I have studied all of them. And even then you are miserable. So he said, "Therefore I am miserable." Not even then. I don't know what is happening to me. Why am I not being able to be happy as you are all? What is that which is disturbing me? The same question Arjuna asked. We all know what is right and what is wrong. As regards understanding what is right and what is wrong, nobody lacks knowledge. And yet, we go the wrong way. Who is that monster who is compelling us to do the wrong things in life? Will you please tell me? That means what? Although we know this is wrong, yet we do that thing. What is that because of which a person is compelled to go the wrong way? Kindly tell me. In reply to this, the teacher tells, Kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyena miha vairinam. This is only because of Mr. Desire alias anger. Kama and Krodha, these are the two faces of the same disease. See, Kama esha, Krodha esha. Okay, who is their dad will complain? Rajoguna Samudbhava. Their father's name is Rajoguna. Okay, what do? They do two things. Kama is Maha Ashanaha. Nobody's desire can ever be fulfilled in this world. Whatever you may do. And what the anger does? Mahapapma. When a person is in anger, he does not hesitate to commit any sin. And therefore, hey Arjun, Vidhi enam iha vairinam. And don't try to search for that desire somewhere outside. That desire virus is in your own heart. See, last time I told you, you ask this question to a child, for example. Come on, take milk. I don't like milk. Why you don't like milk? No logic. Give me coffee. But why do you like coffee? No answer. See? Some people do not like red color. Like bulls. Some people do not like black colors. You ask them, why you don't like black color? Hey, I don't like black color. There is no logic behind it. So this is a disease, a virus. I told you last time, there are three kinds of viruses. HIV virus is biological. Computer virus is logical. And the likes and dislikes, the desire for something or the other is illogical. So this is the virus to be treated by us in our life. How do we treat them? First, understand any foreign body in our system is a troubleshooter. So, if desire was normal to our mind, we will never be suffering because of desire. Think. Like, just think, how many times we have thought of our ear per day? Never even think. But suppose there is one small pimple or funsi on the ear. Small one. Whole day we think about it. Meaning what? Whenever we think about something, it is an abnormal condition. And what we do? We want to remove that unhealthy condition. If this principle is clear, if desire were natural to our mind, we will never want to remove the desires. And how we remove the desires? We remove the desires by fulfilling the desires. And the tragedy is, desires can never be fulfilled. And therefore, unless we take charge of this virus of desire in our system, we will never be saved from our own sins. Kamaesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna Samudbhavaha, Maha Ashanaha, Maha Papma. Angry person commits any kind of sins. And you know the most funny thing, the impact of desire and anger, it comes only for a fraction of a second. It doesn't last long. But within that short period of anger, we can really do any terrible action. Therefore, understand that this is a real enemy. Now, what is the relationship between anger and desire? Why anger is called as desire and desire is called as anger? It is because when we desire something, we want something, it is desire. When the desire is not fulfilled for any reason, then the reaction towards the cause because of which our desire was not fulfilled, that reaction is called as anger. So more the anger you have, rather more the desire you have, more the anger you will have. Is lesser the desire you have, if it is not fulfilled, you have less anger. If you have no desire, you can never have anger in your life. How simple it is. And what is the kind of desire? Desire is insistence on everything. We want things to happen according to our choice. It will not happen. We become frustrated. We want a particular thing, we will not get it, we get frustrated. And that frustration is anger where it is aggressive, and it is depression where it is negative. In this manner, it is because of this we commit sins or go the wrong way. And what this anger or desire does? Dhumena viyate vanniryatha darsho malena cha yatholve navruto garbhas tatha tene damavrutam avrutam jnanametena jnanino nityavairana kama rupena kaunteya dushpurena nalena cha. This desire covers our wisdom, our understanding. 3 examples he has given. Just like the smoke covers the fire, or the dust covers the mirror, or the placenta covers the embryo. These are the 3 types of coverings under which our wisdom is covered under the curtain of the desires. Now 3 desires, 3 kinds of desires. First, there are some desires which are very light, yet still they are there. Now such desires can be removed very easily, just like when the smoke is to be removed to see the fire, you just fan little bit and the smoke will disappear and you can see the fire. The second kind of desires are little more strong. So if you want to see your face in the mirror, which is covered by the dust, only by fanning it will not go. You have to take a cloth, wipe it properly, then it can be removed. And third, if you want to see what kind of baby it is, you may know the gender these days, but you want to see the baby 6 months, 7 months. No, I want to see whether she looks like me or like you. So I want to take out and see. Not possible. Then wait. The third kinds of desires, which are very intense, they will not go just like that. Have patience, patience, patience. Those people who do not have patience, they become patients in their life. Our Shirdi Sai Baba always says, have two principles. One, Shraddha, and second is Saburi. The Saburi is patience. If you live with patience, have patience, things will change. When we do not have patience, we have strong influence of the desire. And now we have understood the second point is, how do we take care of this the desire or the anger? If he is an enemy should be shot dead. Not like our policy against terrorism. Our policy against terrorism is that first of all tie them down, put them in the jail. After 2-3 years, again release them, and then they float a party, and they then become the terrorist minister for terrorism. I think we don't have anybody like this, isn't it? So there should be one ministry. They should promote terrorism. So this is not the way. If he is the enemy, he must be shot dead. No choice. Now, if you have to kill the enemy, you must know which are the hideouts. Now, here the teacher tells where from the virus of desire is infecting the vitals of our life. There are 3 places. Indriyani manobuddhi asyadhisthana uchyate. This virus of desire is located in 3 places. First is sense organs, indriyani. Second is the mind. And third is the intellect. Now please understand these 3 stages. It is like, the different degrees of cancer. When the cancer is detected right in the beginning, a small nodule, you can cut it off and everything is done, you are saved. But if the cancer has engulfed that particular organ, you can cut to a great extent, you may be saved. But if that cancer has spread throughout your body, then only wait to die. In the same manner, this desire, when it is overpowering our sense organs, it is controllable. When the desire has gone deeper in our mind, we become emotional when our desires are not fulfilled. And then under the emotional blackmailism, we blackmail and get our things done. This is how we get our desires fulfilled. And the third thing, when the virus of desires has infected our intellect and reason, then we justify how it is right to do this wrong way. See? And when the desire has polluted our reason and understanding, there is no way out except self-destruction. Therefore, be alert and correct yourself at the root called as the sense organs. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Tasmat tvam indriyani ado niyamya bhartarshava papmanam prajaihenam jnana vijnana nashanam. So, Arjun, don't try directly to attack the intellect. Don't try to control the mind. If you really want to lead a dynamic, creative life of some meaningful existence, begin from have self-control in your life. Those people who do not have self-control in their life is bound to be destroyed. This is what is happening today in our younger generation. There is no self-control. And because of that, the freedom is mistaken for the licentious behavior. And the result is, as we see today in the Western world, the prosperity which is unguarded by ethic and values of life leads to perversion. And once you are perverted, then nothing is wrong for a perverted person. And when we lead a life of perversion, we are no more leading a life of a dignified human being. And therefore, it is so essential we begin to control and reshape our life from the sense organs point of view. What we see, what we read, what we eat, where we go, what we expose ourselves to, these are all very essential aspects of our life. See, the other day, one girl, she wrote me an email. Swamiji, as you told us, finally, you stood right and now I am conceived 3 months. I told her, I said, now you are going to USA, do one thing. Within 1 year, you must produce a child. Swamiji, no, I am studying and I want to have my degree and then we'll think about the child. I said, anyway, I told it's over. So when her email came, I said, look here. Then she said, Swami, now you tell me what I should do. So I told her, first of all, every day chant Hanuman Chalisa morning, evening. And fortunately, that girl believes and accepts, listens. That will give you inner strength to you, and this is called as prenatal education in our scriptures. So, you do that, that will give very good samskar on the growing embryo, fetus and the boy or the child. Second thing, study good books, life histories of the saints and sages, or do the Gita Parayan, or read Bhagavad Katha, or read something that will keep the mind in a proper shape and avoid going to extremes such as argument with the husband, wanting to go for something terrible, horror movies, all that stop completely. And then see, slowly, there will be tremendous impact on the child that is growing. Now, if you want to do this, you have to have self-control. If you do not have self-control, you cannot help yourself. Friends, self-control is the beginning of a dignified human existence. When we do not have self-control, we are worse than animals. At least animals are leading their life in tune with the nature. The nature has given us freedom. Whether we use it or misuse it depends on our own cultural growth. Therefore, Arjun, first thing that we have to do is to control this virus of desire, anger, is have self-control in your life. How to have self-control? One small technique I'll give you. We can have self-control in a very simple way, and that is learn to say no, have the courage and guts to accept no from the world. Those who have not learned to say no to the world, that world will crush you. And those who have not heard no in their life, they become so weaklings. Any time first no they listen, they have never heard it and they become totally nonplussed. This is very, very essential. Therefore, if you are bringing up your children, please see that they have heard the word no from your mouth a dozen times. It is not necessary. All that they say has to be done no. Because of that, we destroy their psyche. They imagine whatever I have been asking is always done, and that is my right. It is not so. The world is totally different. And this manner, we can develop the self-discipline. After having told this, then the teacher tells, this is the subtle thought. Indriyani paranyāho indriyebhya param manaha manasastu parabuddhi yo buddhe paratastu saha evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam jahi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Arjun, I'll tell you, if you are seated in the sense organs, you will come under the influence of desires. Suppose you are sitting in a giant wheel. So the impact of the movement of the giant wheel will be felt by you. There is no choice. So if you want to not have the impact of the giant wheel, what you should do? Come out and watch from a distance. Let others shout and you enjoy. Simple thing. Similarly, as long as you are living at the sense organs level, you can never be free from the impact of the desires. Second, subtler than the senses is the mind. So if you are living at the mental level, all the time emotional, you will be the victim of your own emotions. So come out of the emotional personality. Then the third stage. If you are leading your life all the time intellectually, intellectual people are intellectually miserable. They always justify how it is right that my wife should serve me. Very, very wrong. Intellectually, nothing can be proved. So what is to be done? Get out of senses, mind and intellect. Then reside yourself in your real being. Discover, are these objects more powerful or I am more powerful? When a small little 2.5 inches cigarette is able to make me dance, who is more powerful, me or the cigarette? Can't we have self-control? If small little thing happens not according to our desires, we immediately become emotional and start crying. This is not a way of a wise man. Similarly, all the time insistence is the character of the ignorant person. So grow out of it and then come to discover that you are someone who is supporting the desires and not influenced by the desires. In this manner, destroy this desire virus by being away from the influence of the senses, the mind and the intellect. This is the only way. Please understand, in this world, nobody has ever been able to fulfill all the desires through indulgence. You can grow out of desires. Take your children at home. When they are small, how many things they want? Every now and then, I want a doll, I want a dog, I want a cow, I want a buffalo. Go on collecting. And when the child is grown up, then he doesn't want the same stupid doll. Then he wants something else. So when the child is grown out of the childish desires, then alone he is freed of the desires. In the same manner, unless we grow out of our senses, our mind, our intellect, the impact of desire will never be removed. And such a person can never lead a life of dignified human existence. He becomes the victim of his own desires, and all the sinful acts that we see rampant in our society happen only because we have not understood the pathogenesis of our desire virus in our system. Learn and grow. There is no way out. In this manner, in this third chapter, the teacher Bhagavan Sri Krishna gives us a most beautiful exposition on how we lead dynamically, bring out the best in us, and yet remain relaxed, uninfluenced by either the activity or the results of activity, and discover joy in and through every moment of your existence. This is the meaning of leading life scientifically. Otherwise, every day, somehow I am living. Don't live somehow, die somehow. If you have to live cheerfully and happily. That is what life is meant for. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.